Red Beard Boys Unite. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my first ever gameplay review, where we're going to be looking at a particularly exciting and close match here, where I was playing Henry the Red. Probably not the best match I've ever had in terms of like statistics. Like, I didn't exactly pop off here, but we did squeak out a really close game, and I wanted to really highlight this match because there's a lot of really cool stuff that happens in it, in terms of like counterplay to what the demon was doing, and just in general demonstrating how to play Henry the Red. Henry the Red is my favorite character, by the way. I absolutely love Henry the Red. I love his Q. His Q ability is my favorite ability in the entire game. I just love how much versatility it has and how much you can mind game with it. And you'll see in this match exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about mind gaming. So we spawned graveyard, cemetery, I should say, and look at that sledgehammer right off the bat. Exactly what you want to see. What a little gift. Hey, you like my clever title, by the way? Last Sledge Standing? Because my name is Sledge, and I'm using a sledge. Pretty clever, I know. Hey, listen. Don't everybody laugh and clap at once, all right? I absolutely hate spawning here. There's a lot of really bad places to spawn in this map. Way down south of the cemetery area and anywhere in the castle itself is a really bad place to spawn. I don't know if anyone else has been getting a lot of lag recently, but I have. Ever since they like fixed the server issues. Just combined West and East Coast in the US, I've been getting a lot more lag. I think I actually have like a lag spike at one point in this match, and you'll see it happen. There's that beautiful treasure chest. And look at this blue sledge. Oh, you'll love to see that. Kind of interesting how the blue sledge is only 1 point of dismemberment and balance bar better than the white sledge. The white sledge is either the white sledge is too good, or every other melee weapon in the game is not good enough. The white sledgehammer is out of control right now. I pick up the saw gun because I'm like, forget it. F it. I need something. I gotta carry some kind of ranged weapon in case one of my teammates get possessed. Like whenever I play warrior, I always try to make sure to pick up some sort of ranged weapon that will assist me in shooting my teammates should they get possessed. Pistol would be ideal on a warrior to stun lock people, but if I'm playing as a necromancer, or I'm playing against a necromancer, I should say, then I'll probably pick up something different, like a hunting rifle or a blunderbuss, depending on what my hunter is using to help me snipe those Flautus, because in solo queue, your solo queue teammates just don't go for the Flautist. I don't know what it is. It's like an unspoken rule. No one goes for the Flautist except you. Everyone should know what I'm talking about. Demon got on us pretty quick. 2.5 minutes. I guess that's not that quick. We weren't exactly like speed running the map pieces. I also, by the way, in solo queue, I wish more people would use cars. Not enough people use cars. I also learn a lot about like heavy attacks in this match. I always think there's something you can learn in every single match. And how much I don't like heavy attacks. And how much I like light attacks because of it not getting interrupted. The fact that it seems to lock in on people really easily compared to heavy attacks. I really didn't want to have to sledgehammer Cheryl there, but I can't hit anything with the saw gun, so I was like, alright. Guess it's sledgehammer time. The fear that the elites produce when you damage them is just disgusting. I really felt it in a match after this where I played as support Ash. Like, I was like fully feared in like 2 hits. Blue Lumbee. I'm not taking that because Blue Sledge is number 1.
There's no stopping me now.
Let's see if yeah, he picks it up. The AOD Ash picks it up.
Deadites do not like light. I can say that.
I was kind of surprised to see an AOD Ash that was level 1. That guy's level 1, by the way, especially like a PC player. You don't see that too often. A PC player that has a character at level 1. Maybe it was a Henry the Red main. I took his character. Maybe that was my fault. That's the other thing. Always listen. Listen for that. I was kind of disappointed that he used his Q there because we got the stun off. Probably could have killed him there without having to use the Q, but that's all right. That's kind of something to just keep in mind. Everyone in this game plays very well, by the way. All my teammates do a great job in this match. But that is something to keep in mind if you're playing Evil Dead 2 Ash, is make note of like where your warriors are at and wait and see if they're going to stun somebody. Because if they're about to stun a unit, you don't want to burn your Q, because the unit should die anyway, and a lot of demons, when they get stunned nowadays, will just unpossess right then and there. They won't even wait to see what if they're going to die or not. This demon, I don't think does that, but most demons, I would say, do. I don't know why that hit didn't register, by the way. That looked like that was right on her. I get a little nervous here because I'm like, I don't see anyone else around except Cheryl. Am I going to down her? But the Cheryl's a baller and is able to take me out. That could have been real bad had I downed her there. But I am Henry the Red, and that's why his Q is so beautiful. Just pop that Q and res him, dog. Bait out that demon dash. Go for the res and then dodge to the side, and then they'll miss it. That's the money play right there. Like, in general, I'd say in this match, we spent way too much time just walking around and not, like, getting into a car. Like, I don't even think that hit registered right there. Like, it gave me a hit marker, but it didn't give me a damage number. Which makes me think that it didn't actually register. I get confused a little bit by that item that's sitting there that you can't interact with. Finally, I get fed up here, I think. And I go, forget this. I'm going to go grab the car finally, instead of walking around everywhere. Big sledgehammer. Oh, by the way, another thing that I want to make note of. If you have an Ed in your match, try to spam finishers as much as you can, whenever it's smart to. Don't just do it all the time for no reason, because there's a bunch of reasons why that's not a good idea. But try to do it as much as you can when it's safe to do it. Because when you have an Ed on the team, they will drop loot like every single time you use your finisher. It's pretty ridiculous. And that gives so much ammo to your hunters. I had a match where I was playing as Henry and we just mopped the demon because I was spamming finishers as much as possible, and we had 2 hunters. And so I was just giving ammo to my hunters non-stop, and they just basically had infinite ammo the whole match. I knew that the map piece spawns back here a lot. And then, of course, it doesn't spawn back here, so then I get stuck, and I hate my life. It actually spawned in the weirdest spot this time. It was very upsetting. I see the trap there, and I'm like, oh, so I bet the support's going to walk into that, because they're not going to see it. This is when I thought we might be in trouble. Unbelievably, we're able to get away from her, and our teammates, thank God, figure out something's wrong, and they get over here. So thank goodness for my team. That stupid fart gas that the Henrietta has is so annoying. It's amazing how much it'll interrupt your heavy attacks as well. It's kind of unbelievable. I'll like wind up for a heavy and the fart gas, like my heavy animation will be like 90% complete before it's about to hit. And the fart gas will interrupt me. And I kind of become wise to it like halfway through this match where I'm like, I just probably need to mix in more lights. Because this fart gas is really messing with me. See, look at this map piece spawn. Dude, that's in Narnia. That's in the middle of nowhere. Thank God that wasn't trapped. Purple shoddy. I don't know if anyone winds up picking that up. Amazing weapon for a hunter, though. If I was playing ED2 Ash, I'd pick it up. Maybe he does go pick it up. I guess we'll see. That was a nice Q. Probably, well, I don't know. If you're a hunter, you could probably just shoot me there. Knock me out of it instead of using your Q. I won't criticize, though. You can kind of do whatever you want with it, as long as you aren't wasting it, I guess. Me personally, I prefer to... This is where I started lagging. This is where I was about to punch a hole through my monitor. But yeah, me personally, with hunters, I prefer to save my Q always for basic units. I never use them on elites, I never use them on bosses, I never use them on teammates. I won't say never on teammates. If there's a weird situation like my warrior has a hunting knife, like a legendary hunting knife, and they're locking down my support in a corner, maybe I'll burn it just to save damage. Like look at how bad I'm lagging here. Don't worry, it does fix itself. I don't know if it's my internet or what, but I feel like this has been happening a lot more since the most recent patch. But maybe it's just me. I'm not going to say it's the game. I look at the map and I see that both blue objectives are top left. Bad luck for the demon. Hey, can I make a trade offer to demon mains out there? If they fix blue objective spawns so that they'll never spawn that close again, let's say it has to spawn at least 300 meters away from each other, would you be okay with making it so you can't spawn units inside the dark ones so you can get a head start on the book? Are you willing to make that trade? Probably not. Broke her balance bar really quick, but she survived. Huge bummer. Our Evil Dead 2 Ash does wreck in this game, though. There was a number of times where I was going to like balance bar stun something and the unit just died, like before I could even hit it. Great job. Great job by the hunter. Even our AOD Ash did a good job for being a level 1. Like, way to make the best of what you have. Hey, by the way, if I hope that people start doing this. If a car gets possessed, please shoot it. Especially if you're a hunter, that's the fastest way to knock a demon out with a car. Trying to melee it usually doesn't work unless your entire team is on the same page and they're all meleeing it at the same time, which if you're in solo queue, probably not going to happen. Purple chest there. They decided, you know what? We really need that. And I'm like, sure, dude. I probably should have got back in the car there. But I guess it's all cool. To like make sure I did get possessed. Winds up being a revolver. I'm like, hey man, I'm a freaking... Honestly, if I go back, I probably should have picked up that revolver. I remember at this moment, as I got into the car, I was thinking that exact thing. I was like, damn, I actually probably should have picked that up, huh? That would be better for taking out possessed teammates than the blunderbuss would be. Now I'm just going full seek and destroy here. I'm just running at basic units, clobbering people, 2-hitter quitters. No damage perks taken on this build. This is a pure balance bar build. Every balance bar perk there is, I'm taking it, including the one that makes heavy attacks deal more balance bar damage. So you can see how much that fart gas really messes with you. I burned my Q here because she's really focusing me. I start to get angry because I'm like, God dang it, why is this fart gas messing with me this much? Let me go follow it. It smells nice. I also really spec into tanking on Henry as well. A lot of damage reduction, a lot of health. Great stagger there. I tend to use finishers in situations like that to prevent the possession. See, like, I wouldn't use the Q there on an elite. But I don't know, maybe they couldn't see. Maybe they could see that that was an elite. Maybe they thought it was a basic. I got really worried there that everybody left the circle. But the AOD Ash was on point and stayed in there. I'm leaving my amulets for the Cheryl, trying to be a good teammate. Although when you have shields maxed, I wanted to pick up that amulet. I do go back for it later, but when you have shields maxed, it's probably better for the warrior to take the amulet a lot of times. Oh, also, the nice thing about going full balance bar, no melee damage, is that if you do get possessed, it like you don't do much to your teammates. Oh, I love that. That is a beauty. The way your light attacks just like lock on to enemies is kind of crazy. That's why I love light attacks compared to heavies. It's also why I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to drop that perk. That makes it so you deal more balance bar damage with heavy attacks. I'm considering dropping it. I'm kind of still in the testing phase for Henry the Red right now to prepare an expert guide on him. But it just seems like so often I don't even want to be heavying because it's so easily interrupted. The animation itself kind of sucks. Like, the sledgehammer is the best balance bar weapon, and its heavy animations kind of stink. It tends to not really lock on to targets. I had another chance to get a revolver there, and I didn't take it for some reason. Tends to not lock on to targets like light attacks do. Now here's what so I use my E right away because I want to test how the Henrietta is going to respond to it. Did I say my E? I meant my Q. I use my ability right away. And I was thinking, okay, let's see if they grab here. We're in a situation where things are not dire. Like, we're probably going to get this AOD Ash up no matter what. Let me burn my Q and see how the Henrietta responds. If she grabs right away, then I know that she understands mind games. And she knows that she could grab me to stop me from getting the free res. She kinda did, but she was too late. So that made me kind of like, I think maybe they know what to do there. They just maybe panicked or lagged or something. So I make note of that for later. That I think this Henrietta does know to grab me to stop me from getting the free res on my Q. That was really weird how they possessed that basic and then just immediately unpossessed. Maybe they didn't have a lot of energy. This Ash is going wild. Cleaning house. I didn't even see that guy. I thought that that was like a teammate. God, that's a beautiful thing, isn't it? That balance bar. Love seeing those stuns. I hit some nice shots on this guy. Some nice headshots from like deep. Well, I hit 2 nice headshots. Maybe I gave myself too much credit. At this point, I thought the match might end right here. I got very worried. And thank God I stayed in the circle there, because I didn't even know that the objective was that close to being complete. And all I needed to do was stay in the circle. I wasn't paying enough attention. But I stayed in the circle either way, so it didn't really matter. And even if we hadn't have gotten that guy up, we would have gotten him up with the free res. So always pay attention to objectives, folks, and where you're at on the timer. Almost a level 30 demon. Not looking great. What do you think is the ideal level for the demon to be at if you want to have a good chance of winning? What is the ideal level? I'd say 30 is probably too high. But, you know, if it's a good demon, maybe 30 is inevitable, but I always kind of figured, like, ideally they'd be like 25 or less. They probably got a few more levels here than I would have liked. I hear the demon and I'm freaking out, and I'm like, God, I hope we could get away from him without letting this guy catch us. And every time I go to the dark ones, I like to try to have multiple vehicles around. And a vehicle actually spawns near the dark ones over here. So that's nice. And then we also have this. I don't really know what my plan here was. I don't know what I was trying to do. And then I'm like, wait, I don't want it this close to the objective because I don't really know if the AoE attack they do destroys that or not. So I was going to drive it away, but then I was like, ah, forget it. Boom! What a shot. Ooh, little Lagaroony there again. And you'll see in a second here why having these 2 cars was so clutch. Big Henrietta. And I don't remember what happens here, but basically we have no way to deal with this Henrietta. Look at all that health. Balance bar, nothing is happening to it. So watch this. I think that they know. So I fake the res. They don't bite. So then I go for the E, and then they use their grab, which is a really great job. So what I was trying to do there, go for the res, and a lot of times, if you go for the res without hitting Q, the demon will panic and think like, well, why are they trying to go for a res right in front of me like this? Like, did they hit their Q and it's lagging or something and I don't know it? Like, let me, and then they'll panic grab you. I got very lucky to get out of that corner. Clutch Shemps, that probably saved the game. So they didn't react to it, so then I hit my Q and then they finally grabbed me. So that was a very good job on the demon's part. We've lost our hunter at this point, so I know we're in deep trouble. I see that I'm looking at my cooldown right now. I know I have 10 seconds on it. The grab is going to let me get a little bit of time here as long as I hit these dodges. And then I'm like, all right, let me get that. Oh, and then the guy finished the objective. The level 1 finishes the dark one, so now we don't have our support for the book stage. And at this point, if you made it this far in the video, I know one of you is going to be like, well, if the demon had just gone after the book, they would have won. Yes, I know. I'm aware. Goes without saying. But at this point, I think maybe they got a little greedy. And we're like, nah, man, I want to finish these guys. So I know my only chance at this point is to run and not let him have the book. Or not let him kill me. And just hope that they don't know how to take out the book. I know they're not going to have boss. So they're probably going to have to do it with elites. I see the car got parked over there, so I don't want to get too far away. Somehow he was able to hit me through there. I don't know how, but get back into the car. I'm about to go that way, and then I'm like, no, I better not, because the circle might close in and I'll get trapped over there. He could possess my car, and then I'd be in big trouble. See, he's attacking the book now, but I know he doesn't have enough time, and now he knows it. So he goes ahead and unpossesses and gets desperate and is like, okay, my only real shot here is to try to possess this dude or down him somehow. Possesses that car. I'm just trying not to get hit. I'm like, okay, he unpossessed right away, so I should have just gotten right back in, and this made me really nervous. It's like, okay, is he going to run me out into the storm? Is that going to be enough to kill me? I think he's looking at the timer, and he's going to unpossess right at 1 second. Let's see how much it damages me. Not enough to kill me. GG. Pretty neat. Pretty fun little game, huh? Came right down to the wire, and that's something that I think you should really focus on, too. If you're the last one alive, force them into taking out the book. Let's see how it goes for you. So a decent game, not exceptional, but a lot of really cool stuff happened in that match, so I wanted to show it off. Hey, you made it this far in the video. I appreciate it. Hope you liked our first gameplay review. Let me know if you'd like to see me review maybe other players' gameplays or something like that. But for now, I'm just going to do my own and try to do exceptional matches. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you all on the next video.